up, everybody? Yeah, look at that. We're on time, and we started recording right away without issue.
Without issue.
Nothing stopped us from recording. I didn't have to turn up the microphones. I didn't have to edit some shit.
Nope, we sat down, put on our headphones.
Cracked our beers and started.
Once we found them.
Yeah, we had to grab the earbuds. Or no, headphones.
Headphones.
Gotta get it right.
Whoa.
So, Endeavor buying WWE. Well, they're merging.
Right.
Technically, they're merging, and I cannot believe they told Vince they want him to stay on.
Yeah, as a
special interest, not special interest, but like as a content creator.
Content creator and board member. He's still gonna be on the board. What a way to get around.
I know. Yeah, dude.
All the fuck ups that you've been doing.
He just so happened to hijack the board meeting and like get 2 members fired, and those 2 members, one of them was the guy who did the investigation that found him guilty.
Right.
Like, how the fuck is that okay?
It's insane, man.
And I don't understand how he's not brought up on like federal charges for fraud.
I have no idea.
He embezzled that money to pay those bitches.
Well, and he's
those victims.
Yes, victims and bitches are apparently synonymous now.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Oh, there's the golf clap again.
God damn it! That golf clap is a classic. If you get a round of a golf clap from guys, it's probably sexual assault. Oh my god! But yeah, there you go. You know, Vince McMahon can get his golf claps. Like, what in the fuck is wrong with the Endeavor company that they wanted Vince to stay on? Like, I think, like, if your goal in a merger is to have a company succeed, you wouldn't, ask for somebody who's already embezzled $21 million.
No, he's just a face. That's all that is. He's just a face because
he's not in charge of creative control, but he does do it.
No, it's so. In the beginning of the merger, quote unquote, they can still have somebody who can show their face and be a familiar face.
Yeah, keep the
for a little while, for a couple years, so they don't lose their demographic.
Yeah,
and then watch, you'll see in a couple years, fucking Vince McMahon's gonna walk out and put his fucking dress shoes in the middle of the ring like he's a fucking wrestler.
Triple H did that at WrestleMania last year.
I'm calling it now. May 1st, 2023. By 2020, at or around 2025, Vince McMahon's going to be retiring, and he's going to put his shoes in.
You heard it here first.
Either that or his jacket, because he always seems to rip his jacket.
Yeah. I believe, or his quads. I believe.
That's what I was leading to. But you
sorry.
Stole my punch. It's fine. It's good.
But I think he's gonna die. I think he's gonna die in control, and he's gonna be like, "Pry it from my cold dead hands."
Well, he doesn't look great.
No, he doesn't. And with that mustache, it looks like a Clark Gable with AIDS.
He looks like that. He looks like that they unfroze Walt Disney.
Yeah, like they opened the capsule and it's frozen head.
And then let him age another 20 years, and then was like, you're Vince McMahon now.
He looks like every depiction of a man over 70 that you do for like, have you seen this man?
Right, and the thing is, he probably it looks like every police sketch from the 80s you've ever seen.
Yeah,
but he also.
Was on the police sketches.
He's probably had so much like facial surgery done, like plastic surgery done, that's the only place hair grows now.
Yeah, his wrinkles kind of like CGI.
He tried to grow the mustache, and it was just that, and he was like, "Oh, well, it has a
debonair.
Hey, has or what was his name? Doc Holliday kind of vibe, And it's like, no, you just now look more like a rapist.
Yeah, dude. I swear there's a parental advisory before you see his face.
Right,
he's scary looking.
Yeah,
and now he's in charge. Like, dude, the morale in the backstage area. The night that the Endeavor announcement was made, the next night they recorded Raw, which was the Raw after WrestleMania, which is traditionally supposed to be like one of the most exciting.
Yeah, because then people who didn't get to watch the pay-per-view get to see all the results, and then also you
get
like
are coming back, and
random rematches, and you get to see Shawn Michaels again for another couple years. Like,
That happened once,
yeah,
but it was magical.
Well, because now he's cross-eyed, and they're like, we can't have you on
Cross-eyed and bald.
We can't have you on screen.
Yeah, you're just ugly.
Like, if we're gonna have to change your intro music.
Yeah, you're not a sexy boy anymore. You're just an old dude.
No, and he's also no longer the only one to sing his own entrance music. So.
Who else sings it?
John Cena.
Oh, well, yeah, there's a bunch of them, though.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch now.
So, did you, we all heard and saw the Baltimore special, Selective Outrage by Chris Rock. Will Smith is upset. He is threatening to sue Netflix and Chris Rock for their slanderous comments. And I'm like, you slapped the man. Like, how are you, what the fuck? This is what you deserve.
Will Smith don't have to cuss in his comedy to sell Netflix specials, but I do. So fuck him and fuck you too.
I could never. If Will Smith started doing stand up, I would be there with tomatoes.
He used to do stand up.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
I don't remember that.
No.
I do remember him being I do remember the Fresh Prince.
He definitely had.
Like Summertime. I'm sure he probably did stand up.
I'm not talking about he had his own. He didn't even have a Comedy Central Presents special.
Even Greg Giraldo had that.
Right.
R.I.P.
But, yeah, no, he...
So, I've had a hell of a productive week between the trailers for the app and the app dropping, but I did want to talk about the Google Analytics and the surprisingly strict data collection restrictions, not restrictions, but comments on Google. Like, they are fucking obnoxious. It is like a 71 automated step program. And you've got to upload your APK and AAB file, and you got to put up your fucking package. And yeah, my package was definitely looked at by Google. They were really analyzing my package. And it got denied like 7 times. They denied my package.
So it's just like real life.
Oh, god damn.
Gets denied 7 times before somebody's finally like, yeah, well, you can come in.
But once they let me in, there's no going back. They're like, all right, I guess I'll sleep with the toothless guy.
Once you've had Hatchet, now you're Ratchet.
Facts. Oh my god. Okay, so I want to patent this, but I think caps lock equality is something I want to talk about. Like, I don't know if we've talked about it before. I don't know if I've used that phrase, but like, caps lock equality is what happens when you're talking about how you want to fight. You're a social justice warrior, and you're just focused on one thing.
Right.
And you're hyper focused on it. And if you're focused and hyper focused on one thing, even though it's a good thing, it's still not equality. That is just moving forward your own agenda.
Correct.
So then, if equality is, fighting for everyone's rights, like if everyone's fighting for their rights equally, then yes. But if everyone's forced to focus on one thing, then it's not equality.
Everyone under the rich is equal.
Eat the rich.
Everyone under the rich. So all of us, middle class, even upper middle class, like...
Are we middle class?
Now, yeah.
Now, yeah.
Technically. I mean, you might not be, but...
I'm middle class by association.
Yes. Yeah.
Otherwise, I would be just white trash.
Like you're middle class related, like gang related.
Gang related.
Middle class related ain't nothing wrong. You might live in a suburban cul-de-sac. Ain't nothing wrong.
There's something wrong with this cul-de-sac.
Oh, everything. They haven't fixed the road in 25 years.
I know, right?
Remember us trying to skate on that thing back 25 years ago?
Yeah, you try to skate in our
20 years
neighborhood,
ago.
and it's like you're on a dirt road.
It sounds like somebody's drawing a horse and carriage down the street every time somebody tries to skate.
It feels like you're in the back of a trunk being kidnapped, and you're just driving down the same road. But yeah, it was crazy. I see a lot of people, they like on the internet right now. It's all about how it's about equality, this, that, and the other. But it's okay to hate on old people white people over 40. And I was like, who's more harmless than white people in their 40s? Or who's more like willing to be your partner and be like, yeah, you rock, we got your back.
Right.
Like, because we're afraid of everything now. Like, we're scared to speak. We'll pat you on the back. We don't care what you want. We'll support you.
Well, that's like the Will Smith, or Will Smith. Now I'm back to Will Smith. That's like the Dave Chappelle joke where he's talking about how he got hit with a snowball, but they called him the N word while they were at it, and he was like, hitting somebody with a snowball, that's a misdemeanor assault. Calling him an N word while you're doing it, that's a felony hate crime. And the whole time he's like, I got all these white people walking up to me like, oh, that was not right. He said this old, like, 80-year-old man came up to me and was like, do you want me to go to the police station with you? I will. You know what? Let's go.
Yeah. It's like nobody goes more out of their way to look not racist or, like, friendly. And not only that, but who's more uncomfortable in their skin? Like, have you seen a white guy over 40's ball sack? Nobody's comfortable wearing that.
Oh, it's terrible.
It is. It's, oh, Jesus. I'm telling you, it's like knee knockers.
Yep.
It's like a door knocker, but they're for your knees.
It's like those clackers you used to have.
Yeah,
That were like clack, 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 clack,
yeah,
clack. But instead of making a noise like that, it just hurts.
And it slops around. You don't want to know what happens on a hot day.
It does make it more fun to take a bath, though, because then you just float.
Yeah, they are great flotation devices. Like, the older you get, the more likely they are to save you from a plane crash. Yeah.
As flotation and cushioning devices.
They are not cushioning devices. You know what I'm talking about. You've ever sit in your car seat real quick, and you're like, oh!
Oh, yeah.
My settlement
But
balls.
it could cushion your landing, because as you're falling out of the plane, you could just spread your nutsack skin out.
And fly like a pink bat in the night.
Or like a flying squirrel. You know?
Yeah, that's perfect. I can see Rocco's.
Yeah.
I know, it's fucking crazy, because...
Look up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane.
It's a fat pair of nuts.
It's my grandpa's scrotum.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Someone animate that, please.
Yeah, make it a GIF. But, like, if there's any group of people that we should openly hate...
NFT. Make it an NFT.
Make it an NFT and sell it. Give us the proceeds.
Call it parachute scrotum.
If there's any group of people that we should be able to openly hate and, like, mock, it should be teenagers, because nobody likes teenagers.
Nobody likes teenagers.
Not a goddamn person on this planet has ever been like, let me look back into my teenage years and see if I was a douche. Nope, I wasn't. Yes, you were.
No, I totally was. And
Yeah.
I live with one right now, and he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, so is mine.
He wanted to go to work with his mom last night because she's cleaning a clubhouse, and there's like a gym in there for rich people.
Oh, yes.
So there's shit all over the place. So she takes him every now and then. As they were getting ready to leave, he comes downstairs, and he's wearing Crocs.
Oh, God.
And she's like, I have another story about Crocs, by the way, but
So do I.
she was like, you're going to work out, right? Yeah.
You can't wear those.
You can't wear Crocs to work out. And he was like, did the whole, like, turned around and, like, stomp back up the steps.
Oh, my God, my life is so terrible.
Right, because I had to change out of my Crocs. You're a piece of shit, and everybody hates you.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's also going through a breakup right now, and they finally completely broke up.
Ooh.
And
ouch.
now he's all boo-hooing around the house, thinking he's never gonna find love again.
Oh, God, I hated that. Oh, my God.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Jesus.
We were all pussies.
I was in a long-ass term relationship from 14 to, like, 27. So I didn't have to worry about that problem. But I do remember just the obnoxious amount of people like, oh, I'll never find love. You're fucking 12.
Right.
You're fucking 12.
Chill the fuck out.
You haven't even experienced life yet. No, I know everything. No, you don't. You know nothing. But yeah.
Not a damn thing.
I made a TikTok about throwing I've confronted him and his mother about the Crocs that he was wearing.
Mm.
And then in another video, I threw them in the trash while he was asleep. I was like, you think you'll bring these into my house? Fuck no, young man.
Show you what sport mode is.
So what's your story about Crocs?
The fact that a couple years before they became like worldwide, when they were still a new and budding company, The
Budding is right.
The product design or the costume designer on the set of Idiocracy, which is a film based on as humans evolved, they got dumber and dumber, and
go away, I'm baiting.
Right, to the point their names were like fucking Frito and
it's got electrolytes.
Macho Kumancho Mountain Dew. He was president.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that's Taco Bell's new menu item. But no, this lady, this costume designer decided to look up a futuristic style shoe that also looked like only idiots would wear.
Sounds like something you put in a Google AI.
And she brought this up to everybody, to Mike Judge, and who's their creator and director, and everybody on site were like, "Those are the stupidest fucking things I have ever seen in my life. They're perfect." And they were like, "Well, what happens if?" Mike Judge said this. He said, "What happens if this company like blows up later in life?" And she's like, "There's no way.
There's no way."
But if you go back and watch, there are no Crocs in the beginning of the film when you see like modern times, and then when he gets frozen and goes to the future, every single person is wearing Crocs.
That is amazing.
Single one, and it was right before anybody knew what Crocs were. And the first time I saw that movie, it was before Crocs came out, and I was like, I did not make any kind of connection. I just saw the shoes and was like, "Hey, those are dumb. These are dumb people. They look like slippers, plastic slippers." I was like, that makes
3D
sense.
printed shoes.
And then I later watched the movie again, and I was like, "Oh, those are Crocs. That's funny." I never put two and two together that shit was somebody that movie set probably ordered the most Crocs ever, and probably thanks to Mike Judge.
Yeah, it kept him in business.
They kept them in business, and they were able to go worldwide.
That was their struggling first year, then Mike Judge just single-handedly saved him.
Yep.
Oh no, Mike! What have you done?
It's like goddamn Skynet. We're gonna have to go back in time and kill Mike Judge before he makes Idiocracy, because now he's a prophet, so we have to murder him.
I was watching something about time travel. Like there was this story about this guy in like the Philippines or something that supposedly went back in time, but it was all based on like third and fourth hand storytellers.
Right.
So obviously it was fake, but the discussion was that
just like the Bible.
Hot take. No, I do agree. But like, yeah, it was bullshit. So they were talking about how there's physicists now that believe that time is more malleable than just a straight line or a curve or a circle. So that, it's not cylindrical, but it is, no matter what you do, if you go back in time, like the grandfather paradox, if you go back in time and kill your grandfather, then you're not born, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
But in the grandfather paradox, if you do time through the malleable timeline, no matter what you do to stop your grandpa's death,
it just creates another timeline.
No, it doesn't create another timeline. It'll just find a way to recorrect itself.
Find a way to make you born again.
Yeah.
I actually have been coming to believe more and more that there is no past, present, or future, that all of it is happening simultaneously on different dimensions and planes, which is why
that is a theory.
For some reason, all of us, anytime we think of anything from like the 1920s to the 1940s, we think fast talking, high trousers. Look at this new age of technology. Like that weird fucking voice that no one probably ever did. Like,
it was just a cartoon.
Welcome to the world of tomorrow.
That they did.
Like it's like, I don't know. I think it's all happening at the same time, and that's what ghosts are. And UFOs. Because that's future people flying around in their future ships, and they phase in and out just like ghosts. That's why we can't get definitive proof. And Bigfoot is blurry.
Yeah, he's just naturally blurry. If you get up to him, he's like you gotta squint your eyes. I've met him a couple of times. He's cool. He's like
a magic eye painting. If you squint hard, if you get close enough to him and back up, you'll see a sailboat.
And actually, he is just a relative of Brad's.
That is correct.
They are the same amount of hairy.
Yeah, we have competitive horseshoe tournaments at family reunions.
Well, at least it's not cornholing.
Yeah,
No, that's what we do on the side.
That's a different That's for our dirty podcast.
Oh my God. If we had a dirty podcast, I couldn't imagine.
That's for the Penthouse Forums cast. That's doing that one after this.
God. So I was talking about how colleges are like, it's been a 10,000% spike in all of the cost according to college. But colleges are now operating on a more affordable and easier price payment than ever before through all the grants and everything else. They are charging more, but getting paid or costing less. And they're doing that because they know that the world's wealth of knowledge is at the fingertips of people posting memes and titty pictures.
Yep.
Like there's
access to all of Harvard's library on the internet.
Everything. And so every
Yale
single
too.
college education that you could get, there is nothing that could compare to what you could learn online. Like there's Skillshare, there's things like that, and those systems they'll charge you, but you could do it for free too. It's all there. I fucking learned 90% of what I offer through Loose Reality on my own by being just a master of or getting my bachelor's degree in the Google University. Like you can just learn whatever you want, and as long as you have the passion and drive, you can learn in infinite different ways and be more hands-on than just writing a college essay.
Yeah, you just have to keep your attention span up enough to pay attention to one thing.
Yeah, just go to the doctor and tell him you have a hard time focusing. He'll give you some Adderall.
That's not true.
No, it's not.
That is not true. It is so hard to get Adderall.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know, because you've been prescribed it since 1984. Like, that's...
Okay, not 1984. It was 1989.
Of course, it was a hyperbole.
Yeah.
But, no, like...
Yeah,
it is not easy. You have to... Especially if you have shitty health insurance like I do, you have to
the thing is,
go through the HMO and go to 2 primary cares to get both of them to prescribe you something for 30 days. And then
get a
you
referral.
have to take that for 30 days, and then you get a referral to a psych, and then you go talk to the psych, and then they're like, well, maybe we should try this. And I'm like, no, that doesn't work. Mm-hmm. And it's a hassle. It's bullshit.
If I see a new doctor, they immediately go, well, I'm not going to give you all the meds that you used to have. What we're going to do is I'm going to try some new things. And I'm going to be like, listen, lady, I promise you, if you go back on my file, I know it's a long read. It's the size of War and Peace, doubled like 5 times. But you'll see that whatever you're about to prescribe to me, I've been on and it didn't work. Okay?
Sun Tzu in the Art of Meds.
Facts, this is what it is. But if damn it, now I don't remember. Oh yeah, the fucking pharmacist called me the other day, not too long ago, and told me that they were being pretty much strong-armed by the government for any of prescription that is even anywhere near being on its limit or like whatever.
Right.
Like it's too much for them, and like it's not based on the fucking like on being too much. Literally or in legally speaking terms, it's just a general rule of thumb idea of what they should be. But that doesn't take into effect how long a person's been on it, their tolerance,
correct,
or the amount of years they've been on it. Like shit is ridiculous. I've been on Adderall for 25 years, and I take only 30 milligrams twice. Okay,
right.
And yes, they're extended release. You're not really supposed to do extended release twice a day, but that's because of my tolerance. And it is not anywhere near the theoretical limit of the amount you should do. People do 120 milligrams in one day.
Yeah, I noticed in your TikTok that you posted it. You were like, there's an Adderall shortage. Not at my pharmacy or whatever. You claimed him to be 90 milligrams.
Did I really?
Yep.
I did not mean 90 milligrams.
You said 30, 90 milligrams.
30, 90 milligrams. Nice.
Yep.
Nice. See, that's what happens when I don't edit right away.
Yep.
I just stumble through, and it's whatever works.
That's what happens when you make a video before taking one of the Adderall.
Yeah, exactly.
That you were picking up.
Yes, exactly. I was in the parking lot, as you could see.
He like leprechaun happy danced all the way to his car, shaking it like a maraca.
Fuck you. Leprechaun. You know what? You make fun of me for a leper. He makes fun of me for being a leprechaun. I do the Neanderthals joke. So
No,
it's
it was
it's
mainly the leprechaun usage was more so for the imagery of how a leprechaun would
Yeah,
dance around.
I
Like,
could see that.
da, 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 da.
The other day, someone
Yeah.
compared me to. Have you ever seen American Gods?
No.
Okay, well, in it, there's this like Irish. He's a leprechaun god, basically, but he's like 6'5". Okay, and he's like just this badass Irish motherfucker, and he's really cool. But someone was like, "Have you ever seen American Gods?" And I was like, "Bitch, I know what you're about to say. Don't you dare!" And she's like, "Okay, but you do look like yeah, bitch." I said, like, "Don't you ever listen?"
Come to find out, Conan O'Brien is 100% Irish,
Yeah, I saw that.
which is almost impossible
Yeah.
because you always have like a little percentage of something else.
Well, we
Yeah.
all have.
And he was like, "What? What does that mean?" And the guy who did his DNA test was like, "Well, Conan, that means you're inbred." So Conan O'Brien's an inbred.
Yeah, he has to be because like during the great immigration of Ireland to New York and everything else, if he's in the U.S. and he's 100% Irish, he's inbred.
Well, that 100% explains why his face is shaped like Rocky Dennis from The Mask.
It really is.
Yeah.
He's like 100% looks dead on like the Family Guy version of Rocky Dennis.
Yep.
And it's like really fucked up. My dad just texted me and he said, pulling the trigger and getting a Stream Deck. And I'm like,
Steam Deck?
no, he means Stream Deck. He means the Elgato Stream Deck. Yeah, there is thunder and lightning above us because fat people are walking. It got quiet.
It did.
It was very awkward. We were listening to things. And I tried to get him to get it when we were at fucking Micro Center, which, by the way, can Micro Center sponsor us? They sponsor everybody. Come out here and sponsor us. I will do builds at your store.
Yeah, come out here.
I will promote you.
Come on out here.
Come on out here.
Squeeze in our tiny studio with us. Get sweaty ball sacks with us.
Yeah, you like the episode name of the last episode?
Yeah.
Collective Ball Sweat?
It was so hot.
Oh my god,
It's
it was
still
brutal.
hot in
yeah,
here
it's
right
still
now,
hot,
but
it's
it's
bearable.
bearable.
Yeah.
Last time it was just fucking bullshit.
It was.
Like, I'm pretty sure my deodorant wore off.
My
by the time
deodorant's
I
starting to
left
wear
here.
off. And, like when I wake up in the morning, I get a waft of my ball sweat, and I'm like, ugh, all right, gotta
I
shower.
can smell your balls from here, Jerry.
I am glad you didn't say Chris there, because I would have been self-conscious about it the rest of the day.
Right. Like,
Like I put
Did it-
deodorant under my balls.
then he's doing that weird, like, scratch and sniff. Speaking of that, do you remember scratch and sniff movies?
Movies?
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting a VHS cover that had like a scratch and sniff on it. Yeah,
Yeah, in the 80s, they used to have these movies that would be like,
Revenge of the Nerds did that.
yeah, they would have
Nerds in Love.
the blue and red 3D glasses combined with scratch and sniff moments.
Yeah, you never really want to sniff anything that's in a movie,
No, especially like,
especially not a Revenge of the Nerd movie.
and yeah, because I don't know what rape smells like.
I was gonna say something like that. Like, oh my god, how that movie is it's obscure enough not to be canceled.
Yeah, I mean, I think people just forgot about it. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they don't go back and watch those movies. Any like frat boy movies, people aren't interested.
I have
watching
Revenge
anymore.
of the Nerds on my media drive
Of course you do.
because like I'm an '80s baby. What can I say? Like I
And-
have Spaceballs and shit too. So
Yeah, and you were okay with the rape scene. It's-
okay, that's not what I'm saying. Look,
You know?
look.
It wasn't
look.
as graphic as like if Rob Zombie did the movie.
Yeah, that
but-
would have been something else completely.
You know, like Last House on the Left.
I remember being can't believe he's in Hawaii. Fucking A.
Is he in Hawaii now?
He's in Hawaii and he's like married and he's working every day.
No.
Yes,
He's
he has.
married?
He's in a long term. He's in a long term relationship. I don't know if he's married or not. But like, I talked to Wendy finally. Like, she finally got a hold of him, and yes, he is in a long term relationship. That he moved to Hawaii on his own. Because I asked her, I was like, "How did he get to Hawaii? What did he swim? I know his ass couldn't afford a plane flight."
It's so expensive to live in Hawaii, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's
And
ridiculous.
he worked every day and so does his girl, and apparently they're very happy. And I am very curious to see what he looks like now, and because he was a pale, pasty, ugly.
Well, now I'm just curious to see what a Hawaiian 7-Eleven looks like, because that's more than likely where he's working.
I don't think he has the qualifications to work at 7-Eleven.
Well, not one in the continental 48 states.
Yeah, no, because he got in trouble for taking counterfeit money.
No, and he also punched the
he punched the guy.
Because the
register screen. Okay.
Yeah, the touch screen fucking thing. He punched it because it wasn't working right.
That sounds like a child would do that. That's something a child would do.
Well, this was also 12 years ago, so he was still a child now. He might be grown up. We don't know. We haven't seen him in 5 years, so.
It's been longer than 5 years. It was the little Maddie's funeral I saw him.
Right.
Little Maddie's been dead for like 10.
No.
It feels like it.
No.
I don't know. It's been like 6 or 7 years. But like, I don't know. He's in Hawaii and he's doing well, and that makes me happy. I wanted to prank call him on the podcast, but also, like I was gonna tell him he was gonna be a member or guest on the podcast, and then when he calls in, it's just gonna be It's gonna be the soundtrack to Dukes of Hazzard.
Yes, that would be good.
Yeah, that would be great because that would fuck him up. He would instantly have a flashback and cower under the corner.
Or the opening music to The Departed.
Yeah, or just Hustle and Flow in general.
Which is like the Dropkick Murphys, I believe.
Yeah.
Like, but...
Did you know it's hard out here for a pimp?
Me about so
trying to get the money for the rent.
Yeah, for the Cadillacs and the gas money spent. Got a whole lot of bitches jumping ship.
Dude, I love that movie. And I am way too much of a generic white boy number 4 to like that movie.
Well, DJ Qualls was in that movie.
Yeah, and he is. Is he dead now?
I don't think so.
I think the AIDS finally got him.
Well, he looked like
he looked like Skeletor.
Well, he looked like if an ostrich was pretending to be a human.
Like just in a trench coat.
Right, with the
2 ostriches stacked.
With the big fucking like Adam's apple he had and the nose. I don't think he's dead. But yeah, he always had that weird look about him.
Yeah.
And he
hasn't been in movies forever. That's kind of like the Rick Moranis of our age.
Rick Moranis. He's actually thinking about getting back into movies and stuff now.
I heard about that, yeah. Because now his kids are grown, and his wife is long gone.
And his wife's finally been dead long enough for him to feel okay with getting back to work.
Anne Arundel County is calling me for the 3rd time to tell me that my daughter is not in school, but somehow yet her daily allowance for the school lunches is going over. She owes $119 fucking dollars.
Oh, because she's probably selling that shit in school like food stamps.
Well, I don't know what she's doing, but it's, my ex-wife isn't paying for the fucking food.
Oh, how do you owe public schools? It's crazy. No, I remember when I was growing up in Baltimore, we had lunch tickets. And at the beginning of every week, you could go buy your lunch tickets, right? And it'd have a book with a week's worth of lunch tickets. This is poor people stuff for all you non-poor people listening. And
I'm pretty sure all of our...
If you didn't have money, they would just front you to book of tickets, and then you have to pay it on Friday. Right? And tell me why, and this is why everybody nowadays is so pussy. This would cause such a fucking problem. They announced...
Yeah, the people...
On the morning announcements on Friday...
Fucked up.
The students that have an outstanding lunch ticket balance are Brad Munyon,
David
Munyon,
David Munyon,
Nicole Munyon, Eric Munyon.
Who the fuck is Eric?
That's my cousin.
Okay, I don't know.
So
I've met so many of your cousins.
I have too many.
Like his family tree spirals out into an infinite void of different people.
Yeah, my family likes to fuck. The Munyons fuck. They do.
They do. He was trying to fuck on me.
Probably.
No. No.
Judging by that accent, there was probably some moonshine involved. So probably.
Munyons
don't turn down drinks unless they're recovering.
Yeah. And even then.
And even then, one light beer is okay.
Yeah.
12 later.
Only when I'm, smoking do I drink. And he chain smokes. But fucking no. That was a story from Ted DiBiase Jr. He's arrested. He got arrested recently for defrauding the welfare offices in his state or whatever it is. $31 million. Let me repeat that. $31 million.
Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase Jr. and his father, Ted DiBiase Senior, extra crispy. Fucking sour cream and onions.
The spicy
That's what
one.
my balls smell
The
like right
spicy
now.
one
Sour
is,
cream and onions.
is the Mexican son that DiBiase doesn't talk to anymore. That's the spicy DiBiase.
DiBiase. But yeah, apparently him.
And also the extra crispy due to the sun exposure.
The $1 million man. Well, the $1 million man stole $1 million from the fucking from the poor, and that that's a special kind of fucked up in hell.
Right.
Like you go into a special place, like where you're getting poked and prodded by the devil's little porch fic.
Porch fic. A porch fic.
See, that's hatchet disease. Welcome to the club.
A porch fic.
I try to be eloquent, but it does not.
That
work.
sounds like a weird racist insult. Look at that porch fic over
there. And now it's gonna be attributed to me. Thank you.
Stoop
it's
kids
gonna
afraid to leave the stoop.
It's gonna show up on fucking slang Wikipedia. What is it? Urban Dictionary.
Urban Dictionary. Yeah.
It's gonna show up on Urban Dictionary. It's gonna be attributed Chris Cowan. I'm gonna be like, thanks everybody. Not dying, going down.
Porch
related to Loose Reality Inc. Nope, porch fic.
Porch fic.
God damn it.
It'll be a parenthetical in the hatchet disease definition. That's
okay. What the fuck?
hatchet disease. When you fuck up a word, you're trying to say. See porch fic.
See porch fic. Parenthetical. I like that. Is that what you said? A parenthetical?
No, parenthetical, which means it's in
parenthetical.
which means it's in parentheses.
I know what that one is. Okay, let's take a break.
Just
because you need to order dinner because we're gonna get relief after this. I don't know why I recorded that. God damn it! He just burped in this fucking epic fashion, and now the room smells like fucking natty daddy. Is that what the fucking beer says? Oh my god.
Natty daddy.
Oh god. You know you're broke when you buy natty daddy.
Yeah, we're drinking bum beers today, folks.
We got daddy issues.
Well, I don't. My dad's fantastic.
Okay, my dad is like.
Your dad was cool to me.
Thanks.
No problem.
He is cool, and he's a fucking fantastic man. He's a hero, and he's a goddamn fucking veteran.
His skull's also too big for his brain. You see how that shit's trying to push its way out?
You mean his brain too big for his skull?
Yeah, his skull's too small for his brain.
Yeah, it's poking out because he's smart, but he's also like stubborn. Like he'll do something like he'll text me and say, when you sleep for 2 days, and I'm like, sleep for 2 days? Do you mean when I'm paralyzed and cannot move?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Sleep for 2 days.
Yeah, fucking dick.
Doesn't matter how you word it.
Yeah,
you piece of shit.
Yeah, he's.
Go get a job.
Yeah, exactly. That Brad is dead on. He's got it.
Fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
Fucking.
I'm disappointment that listen.
What are you, gay now? Bet you're gay. Totally gay now.
I'm super gay.
You're so gay.
Yes. Oh man.
That's about how his dad's jokes go.
Yes, it is. Every joke is you're gay or it's a jerk off joke.
Borderline uncomfortable.
Yeah, to the point where you're like, do you have a problem, sir?
When I was 15, they were hilarious.
Yeah, when you're 15. And like, he's in his 70s. He's in his late 60s. And he is...
That's different than 70s.
Yeah, I know. Okay. Fuck off.
All right.
just no, fuck off. That wasn't as good.
That wasn't as good.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
And we'll never have proof.
Anyway, no. Anyways, I mean, I don't think people are like, foaming at the mouth to disprove the fact that you could burp like a fucking redneck on moonshine.
Oh no, I can belch loud without even drinking anything. I mastered that as a 90s child with nothing to do after I'd already beat Donkey Kong Country 1.
After that, it was pretty much sour.
Yeah, kids are never going to have the weird talents that we have anymore unless they're doing it for a TikTok video. Like,
He can blow smoke out of his mouth without any cigarette.
yeah, I just push the air deep into my lungs to the point to where I feel like I might pass out, and then I blow it out, and smoke comes out.
I don't like the first time he did that. We were sitting in my ex-wife's van on the way home, and he's like, "Check this out," and I'm smoking a cigarette. So I thought, nope, he's just able to make smoke fucking
Appear.
conceived out of anything, nothing. It's ridiculous. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's not healthy. It just should not be healthy.
No, it's weird, and it's a talent that I figured out I could do before I started smoking. So it has nothing to do with that. Actually, you just triggered a memory as to why I can do that and why I practiced it. In middle school, this dude BJ Williams,
Good name.
would freak people out with this little trick he would do where he would blow smoke out of his mouth. Well, me being the like spoiler magic trick motherfucker, like, no, I know how you did that. I figured out that like he was taking a puff of his inhaler first.
Oh yeah,
And blowing the smoke out. And that for some reason made me concentrate so hard on being able to do that.
That's because you just like to be. You like to steal the thunder.
Yeah, absolutely. Who doesn't?
Everybody loves to steal the thunder.
Yeah,
that's my thunder. Give it back.
Especially people who are like us and need attention to verify our existence.
Yes.
I mean, we're doing a podcast.
Yes. For 25 listeners.
Yep. Yeah. Well, 25 listeners on each platform.
Yeah.
Okay?
Each platform.
Okay.
We've got a little over like 200 total.
We average 20 to 25 listeners on each platform. And not enough of you are hitting likes and commenting on things.
Hey, we just got the ability to see our reviews on Spotify.
And I used to make fun of because finally there were 10 reviews.
Yeah.
But
we still can't see them.
Still can't see who did the review or if they made any comments or whatever because Spotify's stupid. But
it is.
Now, I used to make fun of YouTubers and podcasters and all this stuff where at the end or even in the middle of every show, they're like, don't forget to like and subscribe and da-da-da-da-da.
And now we are...
Make sure you hit that plus button. Like, now I get it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't consistently remind people...
They don't know. They forget.
They're just going to scroll right through it. Most of the TikToks that I stay and watch throughout the whole thing are the ones that would be like, yeah, you're just going to scroll right through this. And I'm like, well, I'm going to show you. I'm going to watch this whole fuck... You know what? I'm going to like it and comment before I even finish watching it.
And they knew you were going to do that.
Yep, exactly. It's a psychological experiment.
It's just like when I it's the same social experiment that I did when I told everyone I'd rather be gay. I'd rather tell my parents that I was gay than had an online girlfriend that was an e-girl. And like the whole internet, they immediately decided to bash me and call me gay, as if I didn't just do that shit myself.
Right.
And it was my way of proving that you're not the same person you are in your social media posts as you are in the comments. The comments are who you really are.
Right.
Yeah. That you
right.
get deep down.
Speaking of dating an e-girl, our Instagram will be launching here in the next couple weeks for my wife's foot fetish profile. And those of you who listen to it will be the only ones that know her real name. So it's going to be called Cute Toes and Cankles.
God damn it, I hate my life.
Once we can figure out this whole Google Lock thing that Hatchet has on, since all of our Google accounts are connected, and I can't make a goddamn new profile somewhere because it's like, nope, Google Lock, and it says, Google Lock, this will hurt you more than anus. Like, that's what it says.
I think that's because recently I moved over our...
more thanus.
More thanus. More thanus.
Sounds like a scrapped Star Wars character. This is Darth Morthanus.
He's from the island, or the island of Monroe.
He's from the island, the galaxy of the chocolate starfish, and the planet of hot dog flavored water.
Oh man,
Jedi.
He must have done it all for the nookie. That nookie, so you can take that cookie. Shove it up your
I
ass.
don't think someone named Morthanus would have a cookie, and if he did, it would already be up his ass.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a host, and then we had the webpage provider, And I transferred it over to the webpage provider and started paying $20 a year for that instead of $10 a month because it was much easier and much cheaper. And in
Right.
doing so, it deleted the email address podcast at thiswillhurtyoumorethanus.com or whatever. And I think that's what it did. So I don't know. I think you may have to like use a different email address.
Yeah, but all my email addresses are connected to the same Google account because all
Well, then
my
get a new Gmail account.
but all of my stuff is connected. So like the second I make a new Gmail account, it's like, oh, so you're part of this group. We're just gonna connect you there. So
Google is all knowing and all powerful.
all hail Google.
But also fucking stupid. Okay, if I upload a picture to the internet, I'm aware that that fucking picture's information is going to be on the internet. That's what upload means.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't tell me that my app doesn't disclose something when it fucking does. The policy on my thing, on the privacy policy on
There
my
you go.
app, fuck off.
Got it out. Got it out in 4.
Yay! The privacy policy on the app states that if you upload a picture, its metadata is open for non-encrypted data using. And it's not like my app doesn't collect any data. When you open it up, there is no permissions it requests, nothing. The only time it requests a permission to do anything is if you upload a picture to your profile, which is not necessary. You don't have to do it.
Bro, almost every fucking website I go to asks me for permissions for notifications.
Yeah, every
Why
one of
would
them.
I want... I'm literally looking you up for this one thing,
Yeah.
New York Times. I don't need...
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like,
It's fucking stupid.
Best Buy wants to send me notifications, and I'm like, no, I just wanted to buy this one $210 motherboard.
Yeah, I buy one thing from Best Buy every, like, fucking
Quarter.
Harvest Moon. Or what the fuck. Like,
That's a video game.
It's... And also a real thing.
Yeah, I know.
But no, I actually shop at Best Buy less than that. But they still... The last time was when I bought my Series X from them, and that's because I was fucking stalking the website. And the second they said they had 9, I called in and was like, "Hey, I'm gonna come and get one of those. Can you hold that for me?" And a very nice dude named Versace put it aside for me.
Versace?
Yep, his name was Versace, and I liked his name so much.
My son just sent me a text message. Das Pop-Pop is going to try and get Mies Monitor for B-Day.
Das, Etaya.
He said Das, like D-A-S.
And then Mies, like he's speaking Spanish.
I know, this is confusing dialect. I think it's just because he's a teenager and he's dyslexic.
El Abuelo.
Just like
I think Abuelo
to people
is
who believe,
grandfather.
like, I am smarter than you, and then meanwhile you believe that saying your months out of order is dyslexia.
No, it's
My
just...
ex-wife, no, you're just dumb.
No, you're just dumb.
You were just dumb, and literally everyone who's ever met you has thought, Jesus Christ, is that family delusional?
Oh, I thought she was inbred.
Really?
Yeah.
I could see it meeting her dad where he was like that guy who went all extra out of his way to seem like he was straight, singing dirty songs and limericks at the dinner table and talking about how he smashes his wife in front of everybody. Meanwhile, he died of AIDS because he was gay. But not because he was gay, but because he went out and had fun.
He had AIDS?
Yeah, he died of AIDS.
No shit.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Well, I
Sort of.
kind of knew by his one dangly earring in the left
Well,
ear.
yeah,
or the right ear that he had. Because remember when we were growing up, the right ear was the gay ear?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was the rule.
If you
were
had
a badass
one,
if you had on the left. You were on
if
the
you
right.
had one earring in, because dudes could only have one earring at the time, because otherwise, if you had 2, it was gay. And if you
Look
had
at you
one
and
in
your
the
earrings.
right ear, that was a symbol that you were gay. All the while, those same dudes were sagging their pants, not realizing that that was a sign of,
Being single and trail.
yeah, being ready for anal sex in jail.
Yerp. You know, on that note, I think we have a good episode.
I feel like that's the part of the episode where the more you know rainbow comes over, and then somebody's like, G.I. Joe.
You hear Sergeant Slaughter's voice. All right, kids.
And now you know. And knowledge is power. G.I. Joe. Go! JoJo. Speaking of old 80s cartoons, what the fuck was Heart
I don't know what Snorkels was
in
either.
Captain Planet?
Captain Planet was a fever dream.
Like, what the fuck? Like, I understand he was
It's a John Cheadle.
He was the god of elements. Don Cheadle is the best version of Captain Planet
No.
from College Humor, but
Yeah.
like, I understand the rest of the shit: fire, earth, wind, water, and then this
The
fucking,
pussy with heart.
the
What's your power? Heart.
the token brown kid, not the token black kid, the token brown kid.
The token black kid was from Africa too. Like
Yeah, and he had that really bad African accent, and the token brown kid literally had a monkey that went around with him, and like Chim Chim or some shit, and he was like, they created a whole new ring for him, like, Heart. The fuck is Heart?
Yeah, what does that do? Is it like hearts and
How does that help the planet?
horseshoes and moons?
Right. You're three ingredients away from being Lucky Charms.
You are, and that's just as useless. Like, oh no, someone's doing something evil. Let me shoot some heart at him. Oh,
Right.
now he's not doing anything
Like, what are
evil
you doing?
anymore.
That's like that shit would only work in the Care Bears universe. Like that.
I
shit
made
is,
a bar earlier about how you're as powerful as a Care Bear stare.
right. Like, and what did that do? You got hit with the power of rainbows and smiles.
They just stared at something until the problem went away.
At least the gummy bears made sense.
Yeah,
They
did
drank.
drugs.
They drank steroids and could bounce around everywhere.
They drank HGH.
They were drinking amphetamines.
Yeah, they were.
And just bouncing all over the place, having a good old time on their crack cocaine, and that at least that made sense.
Gummy bears bouncing to and from and
Oh.
everywhere.
Bro, that's a good conspiracy theory because crack came out in the 90s or in the 80s.
Yeah, crack was governmental.
So like we could somehow connect the show Gummy Bears to being a government conspiracy of making it okay to take supplements to give you energy.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
They already say crack cocaine was invented by the government to subsidize the fucking black community.
Well, totally way, because around that same time, the CIA was smuggling in cocaine and heroin for.
They were, so that they could
several
fight the
different
Congo
companies.
War.
Pablo Escobar was one of them. Yeah, and they were fighting that Congo War to try and get those
Communists.
massive rare diamonds from those weird silver gorillas.
My brain aneurysm just happened.
That's the plot for the movie Congo, by the way.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
I just had a stroke. I thought I didn't know. Like I heard of Congo,
Nope,
but
plot
I think
for
of Operation Dumbo Drop now.
They really dropped that elephant out of a plane.
Dude, go
They
look.
really dropped that, and that was a military elephant.
Look up moose. Do you have any use for an iPhone that doesn't charge? No. What the fuck? People ask me the weird questions online. Shout out to Sarah. Thank you for asking me that. No, I do not need that phone.
Do you have any use for a 95 Macintosh?
That I like. That I would. I would resell that shit. I would restore it and resell it.
Oh,
But
you
like
could
an
turn
iPhone
it,
that doesn't charge, no.
you could turn it into a fish tank,
Fish steak.
a fish tank, and poorly spray paint it like you do with the other stuff.
That was deep. That hurt. Like I got a little tear in my eye.
At least take a
fucked up, man.
at least take a crumpled up newspaper to get
I thought we were supposed. I don't want to do that stupid shit. I
to.
thought we were supposed to be friends. What the fuck?
We are friends, and friends tell each other when they're fucking up.
Yeah, I don't spray paint much.
And just because you spray paint the hawk purple doesn't make him purple. Okay.
He wasn't purple. He was like all kinds of colors.
Inside, he's still the hawk.
The hawk.
Hawk. We've been over this before.
I know.
This is,
He worships things.
No, I don't.
I don't
My mother washes things.
Yeah.
I wash things.
Yes.
I may still go to Baltimore and not Baltimore.
He does. What is our first president's name?
George Washington.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I don't remember. I forget. I
Well,
forget
technically
even our
not.
own little...
I mean, before there was one more president before they
Was
like
it James
made everything
Madison? I can't think of his
official.
name now.
It was probably an Adams because they were all Adams
They were,
back then.
they were Adams family.
Yeah.
Running the country. Remember about Jenna Ortega being like mean to the writing staff at fucking Wednesday because that show is like nothing like Wednesday. Like the
Well, I don't know.
character,
She's kind of exactly like Wednesday.
I don't find the character would say like OMG or have like three
There
love
were a
interests.
couple things, yeah, but they have to show character development in one
Yeah,
way or
yeah, I
the other.
know.
But they still show that she kept the base of the Wednesday Addams character.
But would she be into solving murders instead of being a murderer? I don't know.
It depends on the style of murder. If
Yeah,
the
probably.
like if it
If
was
it's not, doesn't
intriguing,
have flair.
it was okay. So yes, they turned Wednesday Adam into a Sherlock Holmes or a Hercule Poirot. But I thought it was good. I thought she was more of a Poirot than a Holmes, due to the lack of substance abuse. But I always thought Hercule Poirot, who's Agatha Christie Sherlock Holmes, was way smarter than
Look at him go.
Sir Conan Arthur Doyle's fictional character Sherlock Holmes, because some of you fucking idiots out there don't realize that is a made-up person.
Yeah,
Not real.
They're like, isn't he like the guy who?
Neither was Ahab,
ran
and there
told-
are no white whales.
Okay, he is a passionate.
It was symbolism for obsession,
Yes, it was.
and you're stupid.
So, well, now that we've called our fans stupid, well,
Not just specific ones who believe Sherlock Holmes was a real person.
I got in trouble.
Santa Claus was a real person. Saint Nick,
Saint Nick
was
a real
was
person, yeah.
in fact a real person, and then shit changed. Captain Ahab was not.
I was almost.
Call me Ishmael.
I was almost well, this is the last thing we'll talk about. I was almost canceled on TikTok last 2 weeks ago. And it was because, if you can see up there on the whiteboard, it says misgendering and mislabeling is a hate crime, like calling me cisgender, because no prisoner is comfortable. And yeah, you like that, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So what people don't understand is that when I say I am not cisgender and labeling me as a cisgender is mislabeling me, which is a hypocrisy.
There you go.
And I'm not saying that because I don't want to be called cisgender or I'm making fun of transgender people. I'm saying that there is a hypocrisy in not wanting to be mislabeled and then blanket labeling of everybody else.
Yeah, if you feel like people deserve to be labeled as what they feel like they are, then you should also be okay with the fact that people don't appreciate being labeled.
Yeah, because that's what the whole thing was in the beginning, was that nobody wanted to be labeled. Now
Right.
everybody's into labeling themselves in a million different ways.
Right, and then like you get these chicks with hair that's 9 different colors explaining all of their pronouns at the beginning of a video, and one of them is like she dragon, he dragon.
I'm
Like-
a non-practicing intellectual.
Right, I'm a non-functioning, non-drinking alcoholic. What?
yeah.
Like, so you just act like you're drunk all the time, and
Yep.
but you don't drink?
Well, the people were mad at me because they were like,
That's
you are cisgender. And I'm like, no, I have complex regional pain syndrome. I am literally a prisoner in my body, and I will die like this, stuck up in a position as in my body.
we're all prisoners in our body.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
here's the thing for you claustrophobics: you are not your body.
You are not your body.
You are the tiny 8-pound meat sack that's
Inside of it.
piloting your body.
Yeah, you're kind of just an avatar.
You're always stuck in a small, tiny space.
You're an avatar.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I explained that to them, and they were like, "Well, you're still comfortable in your skin. Like you're comfortable in who you are and who you were born as." And I said, nobody looks in the mirror and says, "I'm 100% all about that. I love that." Anybody who does is a complete sociopath.
A sociopath.
Yeah, like no one is 100% loving themselves.
No, absolutely. The first thing
Fucking monks take generations to practice doing that.
every time I look in the mirror, the first thing I see are the
Imperfections.
imperfections, the blemishes on my face, the
Beard hair that's gray.
that's just slightly. No, I can't wait for all those to come in. I got a nice patch starting. I'm so excited. I can't wait to be the uncomfortable red-nosed Santa Claus from Christmas
Story,
Story.
yeah. Yeah.
Super drunk, like hitting a flask while I'm like, ho, ho, ho. Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the episode. We love you. Come back next. Hopefully, we'll be releasing 2 episodes in a row.
Hopefully.
But I doubt it. We are not good. He keeps getting crushed by work and shit. So there's just always something popping up. So
for future reference, the warmer it gets, the less likely we are to record. So if we're in some kind of heat wave, I am not coming to his house after work.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Yeah, so during the summer months, you might see some blackouts. But if you download the app or if you go to the website, there are automated updates that'll let you know when we're behind on recording or whatever.
Oh, we can finally do this. So anybody got any plugs they wanna throw out? You got a plug?
Yeah, Google Store, LooseRealityInc. Download it.
Yeah.
LooseRealityInc mobile app.
The company has an app. Like
Yep.
he tried to slyly mention it earlier, but the company has an app. So
it is a dope app. There's games, there's chat. You can go to everything. You guys, you can check out the podcast and every episode the minute it comes out. It's uploaded and it's on the fucking app. You can play it from the app live. No advertisements, no data
free?
collected.
Is it free?
It's 100% free.
Nice.
It is
Nice.
free and it will always remain free and there will be no advertising.
No apps, no taking any of your fucking information.
Nope.
We don't give a fuck.
The only thing, if you upload a picture,
Just download the app.
If you upload a picture to your profile, that picture metadata might be used somewhere.
Who knows?
Know.
Maybe one day we'll bump into you in public and be like, "Hey, have you downloaded the app?" Kind of like Mr. Beast when he's like, "Hey,
have you tried Mr. Beast Burger?
Are you subscribed? If you're subscribed, I'll give you an extra $10,000." I mean, we won't have $10,000. We might have 10,000 almonds. But
why? What the fuck? Why do you have 10,000 almonds?
I'm trying to get enough arsenic to kill someone.
Okay, gotcha. And you could just use ricin. Anyways, before we illegally incriminate ourselves, have a good day. Bye-bye.